schedule. So that screwed up the schedules for everybody in the country because of the lost out of conference game. Because I was confused because I just went ahead and started the Dynasty with Alabama for this sim season and the sim season, but I looked at week 1 and week 1 was open. They're supposed to play Virginia Tech week 1, so that was gone. And then I noticed that later in the season they played Missouri. I think the second to last week of the season, and they don't play Missouri this year, so they haven't messed up. And I went and looked, and all the SEC schedules are messed up because they all have non-conference games, and that screws up everybody's schedule in the country because of the lost out of conference game, like I just said. So be aware of that, but nonetheless, it's still interesting to show you guys this. So I guess we can start with the bowl games, the bowl results, and I'll start with the most interesting bowl. That is the national championship game, where Ohio State wins and beats Louisville 37-31. And I will just go up the bowl game so you can watch them. Fresno State was the non-BCS team to crack the BCS bowls. Moving on, Rice went 12-0 in the regular season, or 12-1, and was not ranked. That kind of confused me. But just chugging along here, and that's it really for bowl games. But something that was funny, South Alabama got to the GoDaddy Bowl, and that's where they actually play their home game. So that would suck if I was South Alabama. I would not want to play at my home stadium for a bowl game. But Fresno State lost to Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl. Texas lost to Oregon in the Rose Bowl, and Mississippi State beat Georgia Tech in the Orange Bowl. So the BCS Bowls there. And Louisville beats Ohio State in the national championship. So let's move on to the Heisman winner. And you got to remember that the rosters aren't out yet. And for some reason, I automatically put auto names on here. So I know these players though. So except I'm not really sure who this running back is for Georgia Tech. I apologize, but that's Braxton Miller, one of the Heisman. And then you have, sorry, my phone just rang. You have Taylor Martinez coming in second, Anthony Thomas coming in third, Blake Bell in fourth, and this running back for Georgia Tech coming in fifth place. So there you have it. And Braxton Miller, I'll go ahead and go to All-Americans. As you see, Braxton Miller won the Heisman, but A.J. McCarron got first team All-American. And as you see, second team All-American is Braxton Miller. So I'll go ahead and show you these. There's that running back. There's Anthony Thomas, wide receiver from Fresno. That's Amari Cooper. Tight end won the Mackey Award. Cyrus Wanjo. There's Ohio State's whole entire offensive line. Arizona had a couple guys in the front seven on first team All-Americans. And move on to second team All-Americans. There's Braxton Miller, Trey Mason. But there's Braxton Miller. That's with Kadeem Carey. Rice's tight end. Moving along, we've got a couple guys in the first couple team All-Americans. Miami got a linebacker up in there. And that about does it. There's Clinton Dix from Alabama. And a white guy for the returner award. Freshman, Jameis Winston, of course. That's Derek Green. That's Kevin Taylor, a wide receiver from North Texas. Wow. That's a guy from Baylor that's supposed to be very good. Moving along. Hopefully you guys, if you're fans of these teams and players that made it, you know who they are. Because I apologize, I don't know why the auto names are on there. But hopefully you can pick out your favorite team's players. So that is that. Let's go to what next? Award winners. The Maxwell Award went to Braxton Miller. There you see his stats. A.J. McCarron has some insane stats. He did 49 touchdowns, and I don't show it here. He has 51 total touchdowns, so I guess he had 2 total touchdowns on the ground. But there's Braxton Miller. He won the Maxwell Award. That's cool. Guy from Western Kentucky came in 6th. The Walter Camp Award, that's the best player award overall, went to Braxton Miller, so he's winning everything here. Then Benardic Trophy goes to cornerback for Florida State. That might be Xavier Rhodes. I'm not sure. He might actually went into the NFL last year. The Nagurski Award went to linebacker from Texas A&M. The Bryan Award, Best Quarterback Award, which is confusing, went to A.J. McCarron of Alabama. The Doak Walker Award goes to DeAnthony Thomas of Oregon. Blitnikoff goes to Amari Cooper of the University of Alabama. Looking at a guy from Ball State, and that guy actually led the country in receiving, 1,600 yards from Fresno State. Mackey Award, Best Tight End Award, goes to sophomore tight end out of Penn State. Almost had 1,000 yards receiving. That's pretty nice. But this guy from Maryland had over 1,000 yards. That's crazy. And the Outland Award goes to Best Lineman. Goes to the left guard from Ohio State. That is actually Anthony Steen from the University of Alabama. Remington Award, the Best Center, goes to the center from Ohio State once again. The Lombardi Award, Best D Lineman, goes to the right end out of Wisconsin. Then Best Linebacker Award goes to the right outside linebacker out of Texas A&M. Thorpe Award goes to the free safety out of Oklahoma. The Groza Award goes to Cody Parkey from Auburn. And the Guy Award, Best Punter, goes to the punter from Oregon. And Best Returner goes to the guy from Mississippi State. So what to do next? I guess I can show you the final top 25 poll. Ohio State, of course. I wonder if Alabama got any votes. Nope. Back some below. Maybe I'll just go for coaches because they have Alabama too. Oregon, Oklahoma, Louisville. But Louisville came close though. They only lost by 7. Mississippi State, Texas A&M, TCU, Texas, Auburn. Finished very high, a lot higher than I expected. Austin, Mississippi State, that's a lot higher than I expected. Nebraska, Arizona, and if you remember out of my predictions, for all my preseason predictions, out of the Pac-12, I told you Arizona might be a surprise national championship contender this year. So I also had Louisville going undefeated going to the national championship, so I got that one right at the least. Well, that's for NCAA, but still, I thought that was funny. Rounding out the top 25, you have Rice, who went 12-2 on the year. So last thing I think I'm going to show you is the conference standings, so who won each conference in the championship games. What happened in the SEC championship game? Alabama actually played Tennessee and ended up winning 53-20. Everybody in the SEC East was pretty much even. Half of them had 6 losses aside from Kentucky. I missed the Sun Belt, sorry. The Sun Belt didn't have a conference championship game, that's how they ended. My school, the South Alabama Jaguars, came in 2nd place, which I don't think will really happen in real life, but who knows. Move on to the Pac-12. Let's go to the South Division. Arizona won, but they went to the conference championship and got beat by Oregon 17-3. They actually beat Oregon 2 weeks before that by 7, and the second game was a lot lower scoring game than the one before. But we'll go to the North. Oregon won. Stanford actually had 5 losses on the season, and so did Oregon State. I don't believe that's going to be the case, but South, USC came in. That's actually how I have that was actually my predictions for, actually I had Arizona State winning and Arizona second in my Pac-12 preview, but that was pretty close. And this might be the same way I have Washington. Okay, that was all mixed up, so that's nowhere near. Let's go to the Mountain West. Fresno State wins, and that number right there, San Jose State losing that many games, that surprises me. San Jose State, I believe, will be up here or at 3 ahead of Nevada. I think either San Jose State or San Diego State should come in 2nd. Then the Mountain Division, Utah State came in 1st. Boise came in 2nd. They finished ranked higher than Utah State though. Utah State actually has a different looking logo this year. Looks pretty cool. New Mexico went 1-11. That sucks. But Utah State, I didn't show you the conference championship game, but Fresno State actually won that game, and that got them eligible for a BCS Bowl where they got swacked by, I think it was Oklahoma. So, move on to the MAC West. Toledo won that. Illinois came in second. That's kind of surprising to me. But I'm not really surprised that the directional Michigan schools came in the last three in the MAC West. But actually, in the MAC championship game, Toledo got beat by Buffalo 10-26. Buffalo went on to the GoDaddy.com Bowl. And there's the MAC East schedule. MAC East standings. Then Independence. There you go. Idaho, that's another bowl prediction I had there. I had Idaho, my preseason predictions going 0-12. And they actually lost every game pretty bad. I don't think they had a close game on their schedule here. Aside from the North Texas game and the Mexico State game at the end of the year. But BYU losing 9 games, that was surprising to me. New Mexico State winning 4 games was surprising to me. Actually, never mind. I think I had 4. It was Old Dominion that was surprising. I had Old Dominion going 8-4, not 4-8 this year. But they lost to 3 FCS schools. I saw that earlier. I looked at that, and beat pretty handily by Maryland. Like quite close to DC. They lose to 3 FCS teams, but then they beat New Mexico State, Idaho, and Army. So that was surprising. They handled North Carolina they came close, but you got Navy going 6. I had Navy going 6-6, so I was pretty close there. In Notre Dame, they got 4 losses. I'm interested to see who they lost to. Oklahoma, Arizona State, and USC. Yeah, that's a very tough 3-game schedule. I pointed that out as well. They lost to Stanford early on in the year. And that's funny. They played Stanford in the bowl game too. That's crazy. Actually had Notre Dame losing to Arizona State and Stanford, so that's 2 losses that they actually had. Now on to the CUSA. Rice won the West Division. I think I did have Rice winning the West Division in my predictions. But there you go, losing to Tech with a huge drop off from last season. Then in the East, FIU winning. That's a shocker. I think FIU and Florida International are going to be down here because transitioning them from the Sun Belt, I don't think they're going to be that good. But let's see. They actually lost to Rice by 3 in the Conference USA Championship game. That was closer than I would expect it. In the Big Ten, of course, you have the leaders. You have Ohio State winning. That's pretty close to what can really happen here. Indiana's taking a few more wins than I expected, though. And let's see how close the Big Ten championship game was. They beat Nebraska quite handily, 31-7. But let's go to the Legends division. Nebraska won. I have Michigan State winning the Legends division. Iowa State, Michigan, Northwestern, Minnesota. Big 12, you have Oklahoma winning that. Texas came close. Kansas State finishing higher than I thought. Kansas also actually have Oklahoma State winning the Big 12. And it's surprising you got Iowa State and West Virginia that low. And the American Athletic Conference, of course, you have Louisville winning. They absolutely coasted through their schedule. I don't believe they didn't have a close game all year. Closest game looks like it came against Houston. They beat Kentucky pretty hard, and Rutgers as well. That's your toughest couple games. And Memphis going 1-11, not surprising. And then ACC last conference I got to go over. Georgia Tech won. They come in the last. Duke went to the bowl game, or didn't make the bowl game at 6-6. Miami finished a little bit lower. Had Miami winning Coastal. Georgia Tech played Florida State in the ACC championship game and actually beat them 34-31. So that's a real shocker there. So that means Georgia Tech actually won the ACC. But Florida State, Maryland, Maryland's way on up there. Wow. Lost to Florida State, BC, and North Carolina State. Who did Clemson lose to? See, they didn't play Georgia because the schedule was messed up, like I said. That probably should have been another loss. Wow, 4 straight games. Florida State, Maryland, Virginia, and Georgia State. See, the schedule screw everything up. They have 3 FCS games. Wow. And there you have it, guys. That was my results for the NCAA simulation of the first season. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope it was interesting to you. My phone's ringing, so I haven't answered that. But please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Leave a like if you thought this was cool. So I'll catch you guys later. Please, like I said, subscribe so you can watch the rest of my NCAA 14 content. I'll catch you later, guys. See you.